Welcome to the best small business podcast, where we deliver powerful insights, breakthrough ideas, and simple solutions to make your business unbelievably successful. I'm Rich G.
And I'm BJ Flagg, and this is episode 182. If you own a business, you're a salesperson. Yep, we're going to hit the ground running and get you organized here.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, BJ and I aren't going to be nice during this.
This is reality talk coming up.
Well, we found that there are two types of people who go into business for themselves.
Yep, some of them, want just to be a solo entrepreneur. And then there are these people who want to grow an idea into an entrepreneurial success.
Yeah, and they both have one thing in common. They're both salespeople.
Yeah. So come on, you guys. This is a real thing.
Yeah. When you work for a company, the money is guaranteed, but the job isn't. And we all know that. You get a paycheck every 2 weeks, but you can lose your job tomorrow. When you own a business, conversely, the job is guaranteed. Your business is guaranteed. It's always going to be there, but the money isn't. And that's what people don't understand when they go into business.
Exactly. This is not an adventure, folks.
It's not a Disneyland ride.
This is no Disneyland ride. This is a different type of job.
Yeah,
so we're going to dive into it.
Yeah, people don't realize that it's going to be hard. And BJ, agree with me or not, it's harder than a corporate job. It's so much harder.
It is harder. And I don't care if you work just as one person. Working as one person is harder, actually, than working as an entrepreneur with 8 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at least with the 8 people, you have skills and talents that can get things done. Working as one person, having to do jack of all trades, it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's scary, and that's where I am. BJ has the team. I don't. I have a virtual team.
Yeah, you have a great virtual team. What are you talking about?
But I'll be honest, though, it's like if I have to write a playbook, I got to do it myself. Yep. I have to figure out the graphics. I have to do everything. So anyway, tip number 1, customers and clients will only appear because of your actions only. Okay, not anybody.
Let that sink in for a minute.
People aren't going to appear out of the air. It's only because of you. And you have to sell your business and have a convincing reason why they should buy you instead of the competition.
You are the one who has to sell. You have to be an evangelist for your business. You got to get them to feel your energy and get them to buy. That's the big deal.
And I love the term evangelist. That's really what you are. You're trying to bring people over to your religion and say, look, the way I do things, the way we do things is so much better than when you have to come over to my religion. So I work with a lot of small businesses, and the first thing I tell them is, if you're too shy to sell, maybe you should be in another business because BJ and I have seen so many people like this.
Oh, yeah. There's just too many hobbyists out there who are just playing house, that they have a website, they've got business cards, but they're too afraid to get out there and get their hands dirty.
Absolutely. Or if you have enough smarts or money, hire someone to sell for you while you make the donuts in the back room. But most, if not all people that I've ever experienced don't have that ability. They just don't.
Right. And, tip number 2, you are the product.
Yes.
Yes. You need to know that crafting your brand and getting the messaging right is all your responsibility, not some marketing division, not your boss's directive. It's your responsibility.
Yeah, and this is the singularly most important thing you need to get right, and get it right now, because if you don't, if you don't realize that it's your responsibility, or just say, well, I don't need to do that now. No, you need to do that now.
Yeah. And, don't create something that you're not. Rich and I are members of a number of professional networking organizations, and people will come in and, it's not one of those things that you can fake it until you make it.
Yeah.
Your authenticity builds trust, and then trust is the backbone of sales. So you can't stress it enough.
When I first started my practice 15 years ago, I joined a networking group, but before I walked into that room, I had everything. Everything was done, but I recognized I have to go in and knock their socks off. I've got to sell my product like I was an evangelist. And the first commercial that I did, sales minute that I did, blew everybody away because I practiced it and I had my thing. I was wearing a suit. I was very professional. I showed up early. Most people don't do that. They just kind of like wander in and they're like, hi, I do this. And I recognized it had to be Broadway. I had to get people and get them to buy. And
why? What were you doing? You were showing your passion.
Yes.
You were showing and owning your passion. And they could feel it.
I had to believe in my product. And that leaves us to tip number 3. You have to spend time and money to market your business. I mean, I spent a ton of time honing my message, honing my website, honing everything that I do. So it was aligned with exactly what I wanted. So on average, businesses should spend between 5 and 10% of their revenue promoting their business.
Yeah, that number has not gone away. I hear so many people going, oh, no, it's not 10% anymore. Oh, it's probably even more, Rich.
Yeah.
And the smart ones know that there's a return. There's ROI there.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't have the funds, you need to spend time promoting your business. It's time or money. It's either or. It's a balance. If you don't have the money, you spend time. And what we see are people that have businesses don't do either.
Right. And I remember, Rich, because you and I started our businesses around the same time. And what was amazing, when we were working on your website, we did so much strategic planning before we ever even opened up the computer to talk about visitor experience, talk about, how were we going to take a conversion path? What were we going to be doing there? And so we had time. You had time at that point to do that. And it's as expensive as money. It's the same type of thing.
Well, BJ, you used to send me home and go, I need 3 types of customers that you're going to go after and why and who they are and how much they spend and how would you pitch them. And I'd have to go do all this homework and I'd come back with pages and pages of stuff. And you were like, this is the kind of customer I want. This is the kind of client I want. Somebody that, because again, I had a business, I had to get money coming in. I had to do it. And see, that's the thing. I think it's the hunger. And this leads into tip 4.
You have to have a quota. Just deal with it. Deal with it. You did not leave your quota behind when you left your corporate job, along with a potted plant and, of course, your favorite stapler. But you need to have a way to analytically define your business.
Yeah, the quota is a simple equation. How much do I need to make to feed, clothe, and provide shelter? And then add on taxes and overhead. Now add 20%. You now know that number. You have to divide that number by the number of days you will work a month.
Yep, and some of you are going to have to work 30 days a month, and others are going to work 20. But put that number on a piece of paper where you can see it every single day and understand that what the mind can perceive, the will can achieve.
I tell clients a lot that, like, I work on Saturday and Sunday. I get up at 6 and I work till 9. So I until the family gets up. So I get 6 hours of work in on my business over the weekend. And I asked them to do it, and they're like, "Oh, I got my family. I've got shopping."
I like to sleep in.
And I go, "You're not in business." So
yeah. And you know what? That 6 hours is probably some of your most important time.
Yep.
Because it's so good.
Yeah. Last weekend, I put together a whole playbook that's on my homepage. By the way, it's free. It's on my homepage that I threw together, and it was like 15 pages of writing, and I got it all done.
Yeah. Because you didn't have anybody bothering you. It's like the absolute best thing. Anyway, back to your quota. You need to create an Excel with all the ways that you are going to chart your analytics that you need right there in front of you. You really need to lean in on your corporate experience here.
Yeah, when your bosses used to make you come up with all the numbers 20 minutes before you were to leave for the weekend, those are the numbers you need to chart. Get to it and own it, and you will make it. See, you make it a reality once you write it down.
Absolutely. Well, Rich, we have a great book today. Give it to us.
Yeah, BJ and I have really hit you hard on this one, but if we don't hit you hard on this one, we failed. So we're hitting you hard with a great book. It's The Way of the Wolf, Straight Line Selling, Master the Art of Persuasion, Influence, and Success. It's by somebody you probably know, Jordan Belfort.
I know. And a lot of people, when we suggest this book, kind of go, what? You say, you know what? He opens up his playbook and gives you access to his exclusive step-by-step system. It's the same system he used to create the massive wealth for himself, his clients, and his sales teams. You got to read it. It's a great program.
I've read it, and I've gotten at least 10 different tips out of it. So until now, he used to charge like $2,000 for this training, but now it's all in the book. This is the Jordan Belfort from The Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio. This is Jordan Belfort. And yes, he went to jail for but his sales technique is critical.
Exactly. And really what we want you to get out of the book is to understand that there was a passion behind what he wanted to do. Every technique, every strategy, every tip had been tested and proven. He was a master at that. He did get into a master amount of trouble, but he's fine. Amazing.
He's fine now.
He's fine now. Everything's good. Don't worry.
Cool. That's it for today. And sponsoring our podcast today is Renew Brand Marketing. If you have a startup or are starting a new division, BJ's firm will act as your marketing partner to get it off the ground. Branding, brand messaging, websites, and support materials. BJ's team does it all. Go to newrenew.com and check it out.
And are you looking for a new direction to grow your business? You definitely need to speak to our other sponsor, Rich G, who is one of the top 10 high performance coaches in the US. He's helped businesses, hundreds of business owners, massively increase their revenue. I'm speaking from experience. Check him out at richg.com. There's a little freebie there, by the way. Go take a look at it and have a conversation with Rich. I promise he will deliver at least one or two great ideas to grow your business. Well, that's it for today. Thank you to our producer and editor, Richard Scalzo. Yay, the man who makes everything happen. Bringing you the best small business podcast every Tuesday. Have an unbelievable week.
Catch you later.